Let us prepare to enter the garden. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Salahudeen Muhammad, and today we are continuing our reflections on the 5 states of existence of the human being, as elucidated by the Yemeni scholar Imam Haddad. The world of souls being the first, when our soul was created, and then when we were born, it came into the second state of existence, this dunya. Then when the angel of death came, took our souls, then we entered the state of barzakh, where our souls would have entered into that state of existence. Then our souls went into the state of judgment day, when we were called to account before mighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And after this judgment, our souls either go to paradise or to the fire. This is the 5th state of existence of our souls. This 5th life extends from the time when the people of the fire enter the fire, and when the people of the garden enter the garden. And it actually goes on forever. This is the most lasting of all states, and it continues into unending. This is the life that we should be preparing for, the life of the garden. And for us to be from the people of the garden who enter the garden, we should live a life of the people of the garden, because this life is unending. When the people of the fire enter the fire, they will be dragged, as they would not want to go there. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the fire of Jahannam, where He says it was heated for 1,000 years until it became red. And then it was heated for 1,000 years again until it became white. And then it was heated for 1,000 years again until it became black. And thus it is black and dark. And everything negative, everything associated with sin, everything associated with doing acts of the people of the fire is usually termed a darkness. And it is in this fire that the people of the fire will be punished. And there are several stages of the people of the fire. There are several depths to the pits of the fire. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, mentions many of these things in his prophetic narration. And we have to be mindful of not emulating the people of the fire. Ask yourself, who are you emulating in this world? Because it is that in what we will be preparing ourselves to enter after that day of judgment. The people of paradise, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Yasin, Salamun qawlan min Rabbir Rahim, that they would enter and all they would be saying is peace, peace, peace. For days it will be such a beautiful sight, a beautiful feeling, that they will be saying peace. Inna ashabal jannati al-yawma fi shughlin fakihun. The inhabitants of paradise will be given anything that they want. Hum wazwajum fi dilalin ala al-ara'iki muttaqi'un lahum fiha fakihatun wa lahum ma yad'un. Anything that they want, anything that their hearts desire, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it to them. There will be no suffering. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I have prepared for my virtuous servant, of which no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart could have imagined, of how He described paradise. And a herald will call and say, O people of the garden, it is time for you to be healthy and never to fall ill. It is time for you to live and never to die. It is time for you to be young and to never grow old. It is time for you to be happy and never to be miserable. This is the saying of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear respected viewers, the people of paradise, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran says, Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'inna. O the soul that is enlined with the commands of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiya. Fadkhuli fi ibadi وَدْخُلِي جَنَّتِي. Enter because of the good things that you have done, enter into paradise. And you will not experience any sort of suffering again. And paradise is lasting. This world that we are living in has a limited time. We are not here forever. And it should be to prepare us for our time in paradise. And we should live a life as such. These are the 5 states of existence that Imam Haddad speaks about. The state of the world of souls, Alam al-Arwah. Then our soul enters into this world, the dunya. Then our soul enters into barzakh when we die. Then our soul enters into the day of judgment. And then our soul enters by Allah's permission into paradise. Ramadan is here for us to be more mindful, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, for us to be more mindful of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be mindful that He's our creator, of where we came from, what our purpose is here, where we are going to, and where we would eventually return. We ask Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in this month of Ramadan, that He puts in us the ability to have this mindfulness of the stages of existence, and that we will prepare to be from amongst the people of the garden. Assalamu alaikum.